A very good evening to one and all present here. Thank you so much once again for joining in. And this is the fifth edition of Prolicious Digest. And today we are going to talk about something special, something easy but yet special. So I just want to quickly introduce about who we are and why are we here. So we are Prolicious. We definitely stand strong as a nutrition company which delivers nutrition through whole foods. So our mission is simple. Our mission is very easy. Our mission is to put health and taste in the same bite because we in India definitely want to have something tasty every time, but at the same time now we want to focus on our health also. So that is our main thing, and that's the reason we create and craft products which are healthy and tasty as well. So all our products are 20% rich in protein, which is as good for metabolic health as suggested by NIN guidelines. Our protein, as I mentioned before, we source our protein from whole foods, foods which are very staple to you and definitely available in your kitchen. So it is something which you are familiar with and which you are eating from years and years. And all our products are high in fiber. So every product of us is has 5 grams or more fiber per serving. So our topic for today is, as I mentioned, it's very simple and it's something which is very important as well. We all know that meal quality matters and we constantly worry about what to eat. ये खाना चाहिए या ये नहीं खाना चाहिए या मुझे ये कंडीशन है तो what should I avoid, मुझे ये कंडीशन है तो what should I include, my doctor has suggested this, my nutritionist has suggested this, my neighbor who lives just beside me is doing something like this and he's being catering to the health issues like this or whatever. So we all are worried कि हमें कौन सी condition में क्या खाना चाहिए, but very few of us talk about how and when to eat. This webinar will help you understand the power of meal frequency and timing for better health, better metabolic health. And for very that reason, we definitely have, our expert with us. So our guest speaker today is Miss Anam Golandis. She is a senior officer dietitian at Head and Neck Cancer Institute of India. She specializes in cancer therapy. She is a diabetes educator. She has done FODMAP dietitian course. She is a registered dietitian. She has uh, she has got a lot of awards, including best oral and poster presentations at national and international conferences like IAPN, IDA, and Tata Memorial. She has also done a lot of publications in leading journals, including Indian Journal of Nutrition, Journal of Population Therapeutics and Clinical Pharmacology, Journal of Creative Research Thoughts, and Journal of Indian Dietetic Association. And for very that reason, as she's comes with a lot of experience and lot of experience dealing with a lot of patients, she's here to help us understand better about this topic. And I would just like to welcome her. I'll just a second. I'll just check. Anam, are you there?
Yes, yes, Shilja.
Great.
Um,
Yes, you can go ahead
shall,
and
shall,
yes.
yeah, it is visible.
Yes.
Okay, so thanks, Shelja, for your kind introduction, and my sincere thanks to Prolicious team for giving me this opportunity. And good evening, everyone. So, today we will be exploring a topic that all of us deal with every day, like when we eat and how often we eat. We often focus on a healthy eating and the quality of food, but the science now clearly shows that meal timing and frequency has a huge impact on metabolic health. So, by the end of this session, you will have some practical and easy to implement strategies that we can suggest to our patient. So, let's start with the today's session. So why should we discuss or even talk about the meal timing? What is the importance? Because even when the quality of food doesn't change, the timing can influence metabolic efficiency, glycemic control, and hormonal regulation. Also, meal timings plays a very important role in regulating our endogenous insulin, that is the insulin produced naturally by our pancreas. So when we eat food irregularly or too frequently, the pancreas must release insulin repeatedly, even when the body is not ready for it to absorb or to use it. So consistent meal timing helps to stabilize insulin release, supports better glucose uptake, and reduce metabolic stress. So meal timing is not just a habit, it's a metabolic tool which we can use to prevent metabolic diseases. So meal timing also affects the several insulin related process like total 24 hours calorie load, especially how the body partitions between calorie and fat storage and fat oxidation, glucose and insulin spikes after each meal, cumulative insulin exposure which affect insulin resistance, nighttime metabolic overload, like if we eat late at night, the liver must continue glucose management instead of entering into the repair mode. So it also disturb our appetite hormones like ghrelin, GLP-1 and leptin. So meal timing is deeply connected with both short-term calorie balance and long-term metabolic health. Okay, so insulin resistance and why it matters. Insulin resistance is not caused by like just by having, it develops years pattern such as sedentary behavior, high energy diet, sleep dysregulation, chronic stress, and erratic eating patterns, which is very, very important. So eating frequently like um, uh, erratic grazing pattern throughout the day cause persistent insulin secretion which reduce insulin receptor sensitivity. It also affect insulin levels, increase lipogenesis, hepatic fat accumulation, and beta cell stress. So meal patterns are one of the most powerful lever to reduce the insulin resistance. Okay, so who commonly present with insulin resistance? In my clinical practice, I have seen insulin resistance in people with type 2 diabetes and pre-diabetes, women with PCOS, overweight and obese individuals, especially with central obesity, people with metabolic syndrome, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, sedentary individuals. So when we take the diet recall and when we take their lifestyle history, we often observe that these individuals consume food irregularly, skipping their breakfast, long gaps, and then overeating at night or constant snacking. So correcting timing improves outcome dramatically even before the food type changes. Then let's talk about how many meals per day are ideal. So higher meal frequency increases the number of insulin bursts, as we know now, which cause the insulin resistance. Even small snack like a biscuit, a tea with sugar, fruit juice trigger endogenous insulin. So more insulin spikes means more storage mode and less fat burning. And researchers also now suggesting that fewer structured meal generally support better metabolic health in adults. Okay, so for most healthy adults, like 2 to 3 well-balanced meals per day provide the best metabolic benefits. This approach stabilizes glucose, control appetite. It also reduces habitual overeating. That means less calorie consumption. That means less the risk of obesity. It also support our hunger hormone like GLP-1 and leptin regulation. Also, it allows gastric emptying and reduce GI load. So that means the key is that meal should be structured, not random grazing. Okay. So when higher meal frequency is clinically indicated, of course, this is not one size fits all. We can say that, like some individual do need more frequent meals, like people needing structured carbohydrate distribution. So those, like when we are planning a diet for diabetes patient, we need to carefully plan according to their insulin dosage, according to their OHA medicines. So here we can't say like they can have only 2 meals or 3 meals in a day. Hypoglycemia risk on certain medication, gastroparesis, chemotherapy patient, like as I work in the cancer institute, so here most of the patient, they are malnourished, so we need to take care of their calorie protein intake. Their appetite is already on a lower side, so we can't suggest them to have only 2 to 3 meals per day. Post pediatric patient, elderly with poor intake, so these are the situations where preventing hypoglycemia becomes more important than lowering insulin spike. So clinical condition always take priority. Then rethinking snacks. Snacks are not the enemy, but unplanned snacks are. So snacking should be only be when truly feel hungry in a structured way. Like it should be a proper composition of protein, fiber, because if we are taking only refined flour containing snacks, so that cause the immediate spike of the blood sugar levels. But if our snack is properly planned and contain proper amount of protein and fiber, so that will delay the absorption of nutrient and that will delay the release of blood glucose level. So and also avoid habitual mindless snacking, like not as an emotional eating or just time pass for eating. So whenever you feel actual hungry, so that time only go for your snacks. Then practical meal timing guidance. So here are some practical ways we can improve meal timing to support better insulin dynamic basically. So maintain predictable spacing between meals. Avoid long gaps followed by heavy meals. Avoid late eating, late night eating, because that will slow down digestion process. Align meals with medication timing or shift work schedule. Respect appetite, but avoid mindless eating. Small changes in timing can create a big improvement in energy, digestion, and glucose control. Okay. So these are the core recommendation for patient, like the summarization from the today's session. 2 to 3 structured meals per day unless medically indicated, which we already discussed. Include protein and fiber in every meal. Like instead of just having dal rice, we can include some amount of sabzi or sprouts to make sure the fiber intake. Snacks only if you feel hungry. Choose balanced option. Maintain consistent timing daily. Avoid large meals close to bedtime. So these basic principles can help us to support metabolic health in a sustainable way. So the further session will be take over by the Shelja.
Thank you so much, Anam. That was really quick and that was really insightful. So definitely I think a lot of us must be understanding today the importance of, meal timing and meal frequency. So I just, before, I go ahead, I just want to, ask all the healthcare professionals over there, how many of you, get these frequent questions like, कितने बार खाना चाहिए, या फिर my ancestors used to eat 2 times a day and they were like fit, and why do I have to eat maybe 3 times a day or 4 times a day, especially if the person may be dealing with hypo, like low blood sugar episodes, or can be dealing with a lot of acidity or gas related troubles. So do you have any experience sort of summing up all the things? Yeah, Dr. Toral will definitely give you the recorded session, so you can definitely get back to that. And additionally, I will connect with you separately if that's possible. Please email us your email ID and we'll get back to you. So, any questions as of now? Neeta ji, आप सुन पा रहे हो मुझे? You were trying to raise your hands and you're not able to join the session. Are you here? I can't hear Neeta ji. ठीक है. So as Anam rightly mentioned, ki meal timing also matters and meal quality also matters, and both the things, go hand in hand, and that's why we need to focus on what we are, guiding our patients to eat, what we want them to, take. The option should be mindful. The option should be, healthy. The option should be such that it, supports their metabolic health and not worsen the condition. Yeah. So I just want to quickly go ahead and talk about our very own, hero product, which I want to, tell everybody. I'm sure a lot of you must have already discussed about Upit before. So Upit is a natural protein and fiber enhancer. It is ready to eat as in it is pre-cooked, it is pre-digested, and that's why you don't get any bloating or any gas-related troubles. And it's not a protein powder, as I mentioned earlier, it's an enhancer. It is made with only two ingredients, whole moon and low-fat peanut flour. And that's why it is very much acceptable in our Indian scenarios because we are, eating moong and peanut from ages and ages, and we don't really get any trouble unless and until anybody is having some specific issues with these ingredients. It has no additives, it has no preservatives, and it has no sweeteners. It is very much natural and in its innate form. So just three scoops of Upit will give you 20 grams of protein. One scoop will give you protein as an egg. Like one egg will include, 6.5 to 6.6 grams of protein, and same amount of protein Upit will give you in one scoop. It has twice the amount of protein of paneer and dal, because for vegetarians, paneer and dal are the only, standardized source which people may think of when they think ki, we need to increase our protein. So it is gluten free. It has all 9 essential amino acids. It is gut friendly and it is good for the whole family. Meaning a 5-year-old also can take up it, and 65-year-old grandfather also can take up it. It is so easy and so versatile. It's food you add to your food. As I earlier mentioned, that it is pre-cooked, it is pre-digested, so you can directly add it to your meals and you are good to go. No change in taste, and it is effortlessly versatile, meaning you can definitely include it in your rotis, as I'm making you see. So rotis पे आप add कर सकते हो. Indulgent recipes like aloo tikki. So aloo tikki, nobody will think that it's healthy, but if you want to make it healthier, you can definitely include something protein rich as good as Upit. So it will instantly enhance the protein and the fiber content of your aloo tikkis. You can add it in your soups, you can add it in your upma, you can add it in your buttermilk also. If you think cooking is not something which you are great at, or you are dependent on somebody else, for that matter, for the cooking part, then you can definitely prepare yourself maybe a masala chas and just put one scoop of Upit and you're good to go. And these are few interesting recipes which we have tried with Upit. So we can definitely create, instant hummus. So our regular hummus takes, a lot of preparation, like soaking of chana, boiling of chana, grinding of chana. But with instant hummus recipe, you can just make hummus with Upit and you're good to go. And it has double the amount of protein as compared to your regular hummus. And dessert also. So if people may think कि ठीक है सेवरी ठीक है रोटी में डाल सकते हैं उपमा में डाल सकते हैं बट व्हाट अबाउट desserts, we like to eat our desserts, we like to do something about it. So you can definitely add it in your desserts also, and it will instantly boost the protein and fiber content of your desserts as well. And avocado toast, a lot of people are wanting to take avocado toast these days. So along with good and healthy fats, you will also get protein and fiber with one scoop of Upit. And we also have our protein snacks range, which all are high in protein, high in fiber, and made from whole foods. So you can definitely try those as well. And we are available at quick commerce and e-commerce. So Amazon पे हम available है, Flipkart पे available है, Blinkit and Swiggy Instamart, and obviously our own website, which is www.prolicious.com. So you can definitely visit us, you can definitely explore, you can definitely reach out to us and talk in detail. Apart from this, as you know, Anam has beautifully summarized every nook and corner about, you know, meal frequency and meal timing. Why does it matter? How it can help you. If you guys have any questions related to the presentation, related to, you know, maybe your personal experience, related to your patients, you can ask, and our expert Anam will definitely help you with your answers. So you can raise your hand, you can type your questions in the chat box, and we'll take the questions separately now. So over to Anam, and please start putting your questions so that Anam can help us with answers.
Okay. I can see 2, 3 questions. How helpful is intermittent fasting? Okay, so
Okay.
intermittent fasting is matlab they design intermittent fasting for some medical condition, okay, like epilepsy and all. It is, we can't follow that for a long term. For short term it is okay if you're following it for weight loss and all, but if you see, you will lack in some nutrients, vital nutrients and vitamins. So it is better to go for a follow a balanced diet instead of intermittent fasting, which contain a
Thank
good
you so much,
combination
Anam.
of protein, fibers, and carbs. The next one is, according to traditional diet plans, it was mid-morning snacks and evening snacks and bedtime snacks. So now we should understand it's give back to 2 meals a day and no meal mid meals. So as I said, this is not one size fits all. We have to decide as per our body type and as per our calorie and protein intake. Because the more frequent we eat, the more we are causing a burden on our pancreas to release insulin, basically the insulin dynamic. Am I audible, Shilja?
Yes, Anam, you're audible. Yeah. So I think intermittent fasting, definitely Anam answered it beautifully. And we have one more question. How do you address individuals who frequently, I think you answered this.
Yes, yes.
Right. How does irregular meal timing impact hypertension risk?
What does irregular meal timing impact hypertension risk? It will not impact the hypertension risk. It will cause weight gain, basically. Okay? And ultimately, weight gain is weight gain invite many diseases, not only hypertension, diabetes, renal diseases, and cancers also. So we should we should plan our meal in such a way that it should be properly with timings and frequently. Including calories to the model.
Thank you so much, Anam, for answering that question. We have one more question. Can front loading calories to the morning improve weight outcomes in obesity?
I didn't get this question. Can front loading calories? You want to say you want to take more calories in the morning time?
Yes. So I think the general question which we, you know, tend to, people do ask as a nutritionist ki, you know, breakfast heavy karna chahiye, lunch thoda kam, and, you know, dinner
Yes, yes.
light.
No, it is not like that. But yes, the dinner should be light. Basically, it should not be a heavy dinner, heavy meal or heavy snacks, because our this liver also takes time. It will go in the repair mode at night time. So if we eat heavy at night time, the liver has to continue doing his work continuously.
Uh, I hope, Afifa, we answered your question. Any more questions? If you guys have, definitely ask us. Our expert is here to help us. Anything
Um,
related to your recent experiences or anything?
Yes, ma'am. I have what
Yes,
basic
doctor.
foods we can include in breakfast, like milk, cereal, or bread. Or could you suggest?
yeah, it could be a good combination of cereals and protein basically. So your breakfast should be a good combination of carbohydrate and protein. So that will give you energy throughout the day.
Yes, ma'am. So I can also include food because I do workouts and before going office. So I'm including fruits as well as cereals and milk. So is it okay? So or should I add anything?
Include some protein also. If you're non-vegetarian, then you can go for non-veg sources, and if you're vegetarian, then you can go for milk and milk product or some sprout, something like that. Don't mix fruit. Don't take fruit along with your breakfast. You can have fruit in between your meal, basically.
I think with lunch also, like we can include fruits
Like
with
in
lunch.
between meal, like between
Mhm.
your breakfast and lunch, you can have one fruit instead of
Mhm,
having
mhm.
immediately along with your diet main meal.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vivek, for asking that question. We have two more questions, Anam. Can consistent meal patterns improve sleep quality in individuals with insomnia? Okay, very interesting one.
Hmm. Consistent meal patterns improve sleep quality in individual. Yes, because like if you are having meals on time, your appetite hormone will regulate in a like good manner. So it will also affect your sleep quality.
Then we have one more questions from Afifa. Can prolonged overnight fasting support liver functioning? NAFLD, that non-alcoholic fatty liver diseases.
There is no evidence basically or research, I would say, available on this.
So, so I think Afifa, for that, for this kind of patient, you can definitely do what is we are doing traditionally, and you can support your patient with good quality
Yeah, instead of
nutrients
going for a
balance.
fasting and all, we can go for a good quality of carbohydrate, like complex carbohydrate for them. So that will also helps them to support liver function.
Absolutely. Any further questions? Do we have any more questions so that we can answer those? Please type it in the chat box, or you can directly raise your hand also, and we'll unmute you. You can ask your questions directly.
How does one deal with one's cravings if one has to feels like grazing or eating frequently? So how does one deal with those cravings?
Okay, so mostly, matlab we crave because our diet is lacking some nutrient basically. Okay, if your diet is lacking protein or some vital micronutrients, then you will feel lacking. So make sure that you are having enough protein or add good sources of protein in your every meal. So that will give you satiety basically. And watch your water intake also.
Dr. Minal, I guess that was clear.
Yeah,
Do you have any?
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for asking that question. We have one more question in the Q&A, this thing. What is the mechanism and scientific evidence supporting the claim that consuming slow digesting protein like casein immediately before sleep can enhance overnight muscle protein synthesis and recovery?
Again, I think there is no sufficient data available on this.
Okay. So I think for muscle recovery, Anam, what do we suggest? Usually the good quality protein intake.
good quality protein intake, yes, and antioxidants basically.
Any further questions? Any more questions? Do we have any more questions? We are here for some more time and we can answer that question. I guess we don't have any further questions. So thank you so much, Anam. It was very crisp and clear. And all the time we think of कि क्या खाना है कब खाना है हम ज्यादा सोचते नहीं है अगर डॉक्टर ने बोला है कि you need to have almonds daily तो लोगों को जब याद आता है तब वो खा लेते हैं
Yeah,
right
I feel we often focus on the quality of food, but we forgot to follow the timing and frequency. And
correct
in like today's busy schedule, we are so much into work and all, so we forgot to eat.
correct
But
so
please
that's
give your
very
health also a priority.
absolutely so our expert says that your health should be your priority yes Mansi do you have any question
How much time duration should be there within two meals? Between two meals? How much time duration should maintain within two meals?
Okay, it is depend on the like. Don't go for like previously we used to say eat every 2 hours. So it is not like that. Okay, have your proper meal, main meal like breakfast, lunch, dinner on the exact timing, and in between, if you feel hungry, so that time only have your snacks. But it should be a healthy snacks.
I hope, Mansi, that was clear. We have one more question. Any suggestions for patients going through chemotherapy? Any specific time in the day which is beneficial to consume meals?
So mostly chemotherapy patient, they already lost appetite because of, as a chemo side effects and all. So there is no specific time for them. Whenever they feel to eat, they can have. Okay, so try to give them a small, but as I mentioned in my presentation also, okay, this is a condition where we have to give them a small frequent meal instead of giving them only just 2 to 3 meals in a day. So give them a small frequent meal which is dense in calorie, protein, and other vitamins and minerals.
I hope that answers your query. Okay. Do we have any more questions? What do you suggest for IBS patients?
Okay, so IBS may we have to see on which like patient is in flare up stage or in which stage. According to we can plan a diet, and like as I said, this is not one size fits all. So or mostly IBS patient they have different types of symptoms. Some patient they have constipation, some may have diarrhea. So that diet will be vary depending on the patient. And they need to observe basically like if they are having some food, if they are having gluten, so that might be causing bloating and all, so they have to observe the food basically.
Correct. So I think observing what food is triggering the IBS is very, very important, and they can probably make a chart and consult a dietitian accordingly with their observations. So I think the dietitian Tripti, that is something which you can follow. You're welcome. Do we have any more questions? Let me know if you guys have any more questions, or else we can wind up the session and meet again with a more interesting topic. Okay. I don't think so. We are having more questions. So thank you so much, Anam. I would personally like to, thank you for joining the session and take this session, because it's very important to, understand even basics in life. And this is one thing which, as a dietitian, we all, needs to understand and practice. Mindful eating, meal timing, meal preference, everything else. along with the meal quality, of course. So thank you so much for telling us everything in detail and in a very informative way. And I would like to thank everybody who has joined the session and tried to get something out of the session. Thank you so much once again. And I promise to come back in another month with another interesting topic. I'll meet you soon, second Friday of every month, and we are going to meet in January as well. Please definitely reach out to us if you have any concerns, any query. You can mail back to us, and I will personally reach back to you and make sure that your queries are answered. So thank you so much once again, everyone, and have a happy weekend, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you so much.